We're here now in the edit suite where all of the segments for Reel to Reel and generally the entire program are put together. In our Focus on Life segment today, we feature a physical therapy camp that offers hope for children and parents of children with disabilities. Camp Care, a nonprofit located in Columbia, Connecticut, offers free physical therapy to patients. It also was started by a Catholic couple who believe that all children are God's gifts and have endless potential. CAROLEE McGrath has our story.
We were told when he was first born that we should walk away from him. Doctors told us that he would destroy our relationship with my husband, that he would destroy our relationships with our other two children. And honestly, that was their suggestion, just walk away.
Walk away from her youngest son, Brian. That was 23 years ago. Looking back, Diane Tortora says she and her husband, scared half to death, almost took the advice offered by the medical community.
I tell this story to people. We came home, we sat down with our two boys, and our son, Brian, was still in the hospital, and we said, your brother may not come home to live with us. And one of them, we don't know which one, was looked up and said, but aren't brothers supposed to live together? Aren't families supposed to be together? And we said, you're right. And so I think God worked through our other two to help us realize what he could bring to us.
And Diane says what Brian has brought everyone he meets is joy. Each week, Diane brings Brian to Camp Care in Columbia, Connecticut. It's a program that integrates exercise for children with special needs and helps parents and caregivers too. Brian has a chance to stretch, push his limits, and socialize. Dr. Stephen Moran, a physical therapist, is the president and founder.
It started as a small effort. I'd close my office down, invite friends, invite students that I had taught physical therapy to come in and to work with kids with special needs.
Dr. Moran, who has a private physical therapy practice called Crossroads, held his first camp in 1997. Today, Camp Care is a thriving nonprofit serving children with disabilities from all over Connecticut and beyond. It is a non-denominational Christian-based program, although every child and family is welcome, and the services are free. Dr. Moran, a married father of 4, is a devout pro-life Catholic. He says he knows God was calling him.
For me, Christ is the most important part of my life, and why I do what I do is because I want to live my faith and because I love Christ with all of my heart.
Linda FUSCO travels an hour and a half a few times a week to bring her son Christopher to work with Dr. Moran. Christopher, 19, has cerebral palsy. Linda says the condition was caused by trauma suffered during open heart surgery when he was just 6 months old. Linda says even though she and her husband still ask God why and were heartbroken with the diagnosis, she says she knows that Christopher brought her closer to Christ.
If someone says my child's going to have spina bifida or cerebral palsy or whatever, so what's the difference between that and saying, well, we're all brunettes and you're a blonde? You don't know what gifts that child's going to have.
Linda is now converting to Catholicism and has been to Medjugorje a few times with Christopher. She says the support she has received from Camp Care has been invaluable.
That confidence that he gets from that social interaction has changed his cognitive thinking, really encouraged his interaction with people.
Camp Care's mission is to let people know that children with special needs have endless potential and are incredible gifts from God. Leticia Velasquez's 9-year-old daughter, Christina, has Down syndrome. Velasquez says the program offers parents hope. She says her oldest daughter, who wants to become a nurse one day, volunteered at the program in the past. She's hoping to bring Christina here soon for therapy as well.
It's wonderful because the faith is incorporated into everything we do here.
Leticia recently wrote the book, A Special Mother is Born, to help other parents of special needs children.
Nobody feels equal to the task of raising a special child. I told God that he couldn't possibly give me a special needs child because I wasn't patient enough. And God's answer, of course, is watch. You will get patience. How do you get patience? Day by day by day.
Leticia especially worries about parents faced with a Down syndrome diagnosis.
The mothers that are overwhelmed and they're afraid, 92% of women who are faced with a prenatal diagnosis of Down syndrome do abort because they don't feel up to it. I want to give them the courage, say, look, if I can do it, anybody can do it with God.
Dr. Moran says he sees Christ in his patients and endless potential.
I don't ever put a limit on someone's potential. I'm amazed at how much some of these kids have to overcome and develop the way they do. As you saw the kids working out today, when they're given an opportunity to reach a certain goal, they strive pretty hard to do that.
And they continue to amaze and inspire everyone they meet. Reporting for Reel to Reel, I'm CAROLEE McGrath.
And I'm sure there are so many kids who just can't wait until camp starts this summer. For more information on the Camp for Kids, you can log on to our website, iobserve.org, where you can also find a link to the latest news on the church in the Diocese of Springfield and around the world. That's iobserve.org.